Yo, what's up? Welcome to the stream, everyone. Early birds. Early birds unite. How's it going? 12 noon and we're live. What's going on? Is this 2015? Let's take a look at what we got here. We have, of course, Sock 2-0 against Alice, Human against Elf. We had Loliot's triumph against 120 with a 2-1 score using Warden. We have this. This match will be taking place on the 16th. It's going rather fast, but you can check the grid with exclamation mark grid. Yep. Voice is gonna be a little different. I just woke up. It's all good. At least we're here. I'm as surprised as you are. Yeah, higher, lower brackets, right? Nice to see you guys here. Let's enjoy some Warcraft 3 WGL Summer Championships. $35,000 for first place. Happy finished first in WGL Summer 1 year ago. To many people's shock, Happy didn't want to compete at all in professional tournaments. But his chat bullied him with money. They sponsored him to go. I don't know how much it took, but they really wanted to see him play because he was just a streamer and he was so skilled. So they had him qualify via NetEase, via 200 ping. He qualified. He went to WGL in China and he actually won. It was pretty insane. Then the second WGL Winter, he finished second. Just losing to Lin pretty badly in the finals, but beating everyone else. It's quite incredible for a player that doesn't get to practice on NetEase in China with that kind of ping. That's how he practiced with Undead, the only other top Undead in the world being 120. So he doesn't have a lot of people to actually study. It all came from himself. And he finished so well. Who will come around this time? INFI is going to be going up against Focus here. His race is listed as Human. But interestingly, INFI in an interview last year said he would like to start having players be viewed as players. Not as human players. Not as orc players, but as players. Because he plays random very well. He might play Night Elf here. Who are you most concerned with in the WGL?
这个我觉得还是不好讲的。这次比赛还是要先看分组。
It's hard to say in this tournament. I need to see who. So they did this media interview before they saw the groups, and he would like to see first.
我觉得人族选手都差不多吧，没有什么。
Oh, he's giving very simple answers. He's not trying hard.
我得先知道我的对手是谁。就我现在如果训练2个组，然后我的小组主要的对手是另外一个组，那就白练了。所以现在没办法针对性训练，只能是保持一个手感吧，保持一个。
Keep my hands stay hot. Just stay warmed up. Yeah, they did this media interview before they released the groups, so he just keeps evading every question and saying, I don't know the groups yet. I do targeted specific practice per opponent. And I can't say who I fear the most because he doesn't even see who he's going to be up against yet. By the way, INFI reviewed your game versus Happy and he highly praised your micro. It surprised him. Aww. That's nice, Silver Slow, thank you. Is there any translation of the analysis, a VOD or a translation? To English? I guess not. Here we have Focus, long been in just under Lin's shadow, the second best orc from Korea for a long time. Hardworking and consistent, has won probably hundreds of tournaments. All of them online. The weekly tournaments, the $100, the $200 tournaments in the weekends. Focus, Remind. They played a lot of these. Have you set any goals?
올라갈 수 있는 최대한 올라가는 게 목표입니다.
Who are you most concerned with?
일단은 문 선수가 제일
Doesn't want to face
피하고
Moon.
싶은
Yeah, he's never
선수인데
really been able to beat Moon. Focus
굉장히 잘하고
traditionally was Moon's
제가
practice partner.
키퍼 헌트리스 그 위주로 패치가 되고 나서 거의 다전제에서는 아마 제가 알기로 한번
Even before that, let's face it, even in talent times, not often.
최대한 문 선수를
Occasionally with like a Naga Tinker Cheese.
이미 해볼 건 다 해봐서 그냥 무난하게 할 것 같습니다.
He always sticks with standard, almost. Yeah, he's done some cheese, but you can't cheese keeper really.
오크 대 오크는 아이템 운이 되게 중요하다고 생각하기 때문에 그날 운이나 컨디션이 중요할 것 같습니다.
Focus is a very consistent, solid player. He says he isn't in very good shape, but you almost never see him being like in a bad shape. Always brings a really good standard level of play. I think his strongest matchup is probably against Human. I think INFI and Focus will qualify, says Cataplavator. So Focus is against X-Lord. No, Focus is against INFI, and INFI is against Focus. And Fly is against X-Lord. I think Fly is gonna qualify together with INFI. No, not you here, side. You catch that little mess up. So INFI removes Amazonia and Twisted Meadows, which makes me feel he's actually going to play Human, not Night Elf. Focus removes Terran's Stand and Last Refuge. Yeah, they're removing the anti-human, anti-orc maps. Not thinking of it as an elf-orc matchup. Okay, that's interesting. Infi with human. Concealed Hill, Echo Isles, Northern Isles will be played. I think it means that Northern Isles will be first, right? This is their loser maps. I believe that's the system people use these days. Site says Infi and X-Lord. Alright. Alright. You believe? I don't dare to believe, but that would be wonderful. Yes, all the games are going to be best of 3. That's true. Holy Grubby in the morning. Welcome to Grubby in the morning. Melvin Giroth, you've got a secret for Kim, don't you?
Yes, Kim Cake. You know I love you, right? But I'm actually a demon.
What?
Actually, more of a pit lord.
Alright, we're gonna be starting things off soon. All the players will be playing from home, as the current world state prevents the viability of a LAN. They'll be playing from home via the NetEase battle platform. That's where they always play. Graphics, of course, are going to be in Reforged. The Reforged launch hype and the impending Reforged launch hype is responsible, most likely, for the budget of this great tournament series to even exist. That includes this year's and the next year's. Sorry, the previous year's. I don't know if there's one next year's. Spoilers! No, I actually don't know. I meant previous. So, that's why we even have this tournament series. So it's very likely that it is hard baked into the rules that Reforged graphics will and must be used. If you don't like it, can't help it. This is the only way we'll be watching it and can be watching it. It is modified a little bit by something called Quenched or Unquenched. It's yeah, like a graphics mod. So it's a little different than the actual Reforged, but not too different. So let's start things off. Yeah, it's quenching. Why did he modify it? Well, Reforged was met not with unanimous approval by the community, both in China and in Europe and NA. So people in Europe speculated what if it would be played in Unreal Tournament graphics, Unreal Engine, And then in China they actually went and done it. Not the Unreal, but to make it look different. Some trees, some water, some team colors. Think of it as the StarCraft 2 strong team color mod. All the players will be playing with classic graphics. They will be playing with classic graphics. They're not banned from playing with Reforged graphics. But look, even the Great Hall, it's a bit strange. Like, it just becomes scaffolding. There's no building. It's much clearer in Classic what it is. So, anyway, INFI will be playing Human for this series. It also means he will not be switching race halfway. This is not allowed in the best of 3. So, Human for the whole series. He's played a lot of Elf before in tournaments. INFI is a talented random player. One of the smartest macro players that there is. He was second best Night Elf behind Moon for a while. Sometimes even outperforming Moon in the last 2 years. Now that's Lawliot, and INFI is back to Human. Focus has gone for a no barracks tech. And INFI has gone for a no arcane tower. Militia creeping opening. 29 food is INFI, so that means that he has made another footman, another peasant beyond what is usual. There is a 26 out of 30 food tech, and that then fills up on footman all the way to 30 food. INFI, however, has gone for a lot of peasants. I believe that's 10 peasants on lumber. There are other players in Europe who do this as well. It allows you a buffer for losses. It also allows you a buffer for militia creeping. Now, I was talking about something else for a while, and I didn't see if INFI footman scouted Focus, but him fast expanding, I believe, is absolutely a response to seeing a no barracks tech. And this also explains why he has 10 lumber peasants. It's so that he can creep this, even lose 1 or 2 peasants, and still have enough lumber to fast expand. This is a cool and good opener. Part of the reason why I personally don't like no barracks tech. Oh! No, just kidding. Just wanted to make you look. No Ogre Mage 5 steel on the Farseer. Unlikely at this point. Ultimate piece. So this is a very cool response. I don't like no barracks tech on Northern Isles, partially because of this. I also think there's a lot of things to creep with 1 or 2 grunts. Oh, Focus is going full Shadow Hunter. Really? Yeah, I guess. So he's gonna go Mass Raiders, I believe, with Shadow Hunter. Focus embracing the hero Focus. So in moments like this, when the expansion was taken so early and so effortlessly, with no major creep steals, no peasant kills in any place, you can say that INFI has a flawless build order. And in moments like this, going for a counter expansion is the most painful. Because someone has such a good early start, you'll never match them economically. So if Focus were to go for a Tauren Chieftain, a Bestiary, a Tauren Totem, getting raiders and walkers and creeping and expanding and trying to expand, for sure INFI would hit him with the Archmage 3, bunch of footmen, cancel the Great Hall. If you go for tier 3, try to tiny Great Hall, it takes too long. So oftentimes when Orc doesn't feel like they can catch up economically because the expansion was too, I don't want to say greedy because it was very well measured, but if it was too, let's say greedy just for the understanding of the situation, then they will have to do a double Bestiary all-in. Either Mass Raiders or Mass Windrider. Windrider being the riskier one, because Windrider is very binary. Do you cancel the towers, yes or no? If they get 2 guard towers, you're done. But with Raiders, you always have an out, because Raiders get pillage. So the cool thing is, it kind of becomes like the human expansion is your Orc expansion as well, because you're pillaging from their town hall. So Raiders do always have an out. They have siege damage, so they can kill. Expansions, just get a big surface area surround. 6-7 Raiders. Look at that Raider in the water. I don't know where the mirror image begins and where it ends. But yeah, you try to get a surface area on the town hall. Cool layout by INFI here. There's not a lot of surface area on his main base. Gonna try to get that tower, but there's a good surface area of peasant repairs. Arcane tower on the fars here. And there is a wand of lightning shield. It will net him 1 peasant kill. Now he goes for the ensnare on the archmage. Ensnare number 1, ensnare number 2. And INFI TPs before Hex can force him to the nether realms to die. 1 tower goes down. Footy survives. Militia come in. And this is just the war of attrition, where Focus has to ensnare small unit after small unit to try and gain some kind of value back in this game, leveraging his superior unit controllability. Whereas for INFI, it is bleeding as few things that matter as possible. Footies, militia, water elementals, they are all how to call it, expendable. The hero levels for Focus do matter. Denying footies would be valuable. Healing wave will eventually come around. Higher level wolves, higher level chain lightning. But INFI, he went for a fairly fast tech. The tech is 99% of the way done. This is pretty crazy. In comes a second altar. He expects to lose the first one, of course. And eventually, INFI will be able to throw up a Sanctum, Rifleman, get a Mountain King, and so on. But Focus's pressure is big. These are 6 raiders. How many heal salves are there left? None. So however much damage raiders take will stick. Focus will have to get backpack upgrade in order to continue supplementing this attack. Farm goes down. How is INFI looking in the food department? Not too good. 35 out of 36. Mountain King cannot be produced. Tier 2 is here. Focus experience is going up. There's healing wave now. 7 raiders. If he doesn't have pillage, he should feel bad. I didn't look at the resources yet. And he does have pillage. Of course he does. He's now going for the keep. There is 1 level masonry upgrade, but no 2nd level. And INFI doesn't have enough masonry, doesn't have enough lumber to get the 2nd upgrade. His peasants are being put to work. In comes the Archmage with a TP once again. Has the Talisman of Evasion as well. Doesn't really dare to get too near. He knows that he's just a Speed Scroll Raider and Snare Hex away from dying. 2 water elementals will be sacrificed to the Orcish god. We demand a sacrifice! Tier 3. So tier 3 is coming, which will allow Focus to get a tiny Great Hole counter expansion when and if he ever falls back. Counter expansion can come back. Mountain King is out. There is a Sanctum out. 1 Sanctum that is making sorceresses. I don't see a blacksmith yet. I don't see rifleman yet. And I don't think he necessarily needs riflemen. Casters are easily killed by raiders, but they still help to control raider effectiveness. They will slow, they will heal, and eventually breakers have positive damage and armor type against raiders. Wolves can be stolen with control magic, and chain lightning does not affect breakers. Hex doesn't affect breakers, and healing wave is whatever, right? So the counter expansion now comes out. INFI did have that bonus base. But when you look at what it's really worth, with Focus's really good reaction to it, I really like how the game played out for him actually. And Focus now with Tiny Great Hole, counter expansion, it means in all the ways that matter, Focus has not really been behind. He's 50 food against 38. He gets his Tiny Great Hole counter expansion, and he's got a large raider force with pillage. This is not... Hey, where are you going, peons? This is not usually the army you would elect to have against human mass raiders. So that is, I guess, INFI's profit in this situation. Triple farm to block town hall surface area, but those can likewise die. Note, unfinished buildings do not give pillage money. So if he leaves those farms at 80%, at least he doesn't give pillage money with that. But look at this, ensnares on the peasants. Many peasants are unable to repair. This town hall is dropping rapidly. Only 4 raiders with surface area right now. The 5th comes in. He needs more ensnares. These peasants are repairing. 1 raider has gone down. INFI with the very smart counterattack. He knows he cannot come back here to defend. And he starts killing peons. I believe 2 peons have gone down, maybe 3. And he TPs. INFI TPs. Can the town hall be killed though? I think it can. And it goes down right after INFI TPs. INFI is down to 43 food out of 36. He's severely supply blocked. Focus lost all of his peons, but is remaking already. Level 3-3 against 3-1. A very late TP. He wanted to kill every single peon. And INFI was unable to get the repairs in time. Man. Focus. Wait, is that a Wind Rider? It is. So Focus is starting to make Wind Riders. And that will help him in the fights. He has a lot of control. He's got siege damage, which is great for casters. But Wind Riders will add another dimension of focus fire and damage to these casters. Oops, slow is on. He has slow on creeps. Is it just the one slow or will he do it again? Let's see. Okay. Autocast slow was on just for one by accident. Focus with the creep jack. He knew exactly where INFI is. INFI does have a TP. Is presumably remaking his town hall right now. Bolt focus fire on a single raider. Can he get it? He does. A priest dies for a raider. 2 Wind Riders. Look like Dragonhawks actually, don't they? A little bit. But Focus has played this out perfectly. In my head, I made the prediction, INFI 2-0 Focus. But I thought INFI will be playing Elf, and I remembered the INFI from last year. He's not playing quite to the same level at the moment, and he's not playing Night Elf either. INFI looks like he won't be able to win this first map against Focus. Focus played so solidly with his response. Fully mining again at the expansion and pumping over 50 food. Many Wind Riders are coming out. Don't know if he has Envenomed Spears yet, but this is 6 Wind Riders potentially with Envenomed Spears. A very powerful upgrade. Think in terms of power level, it's like they all have an Orb of Venom. And it even stacks. If all the Wind Riders attack a Frostworm, even 30 seconds later it will still have 1 HP. You coil it, it's back to 600 life, it will go back down to 1 HP. I've done it before. I TP as an undead, coil my Frostworm, and it's back down to 1 HP. Wak Fiverns. Alright, focus fire on the Archmage. Does have a TP, will use it instantly. Doesn't amateurishly get caught by a perfectly timed Hex, which will kill his Archmage. A lot of people don't have the feeling to TP on time against Hex, seeing the damage that there is on the field. And INFI, he's trying to tread water, but there is a storm. And Venom Spears is here. Going for the Mountain King. There is no TP, there's only a healing potion. Talisman of Evasion is on the Mountain King. He's not focus firing too much on the heroes. Doesn't like to fight against all these militia. Stormbolt on the Shadow. Maybe if Focus didn't notice his Shadow get bolted, Stormbolt on Shadow surround kill might have been a way back for INFI. But he did notice. Now, with that first Wind Rider dying, suddenly, is there a chance? INFI is rallying. He's getting Rifleman, Workshop, he's going to be getting Flying Machines. I mean, it would be pretty spectacular if somehow INFI was able to get back. 1 Wind Rider has died. It is possible. And now the creeping on the Magnetar. This is a perfect example of high risk, high reward. And this will take ages to creep, by the way. None of these casters can attack the Magnetar. Just the Rifleman, the Water Elementals, and the heroes. This will take at least half a minute. Casters will be attacking the other creeps. Workshop finished, but may not be able to get out a single unit. That's the second Workshop kill. And now for the Town Hall again. Look at that damage. And the Pillage sponsors another unit. He's just gonna focus it. He knows there cannot be enough damage. Even for the scariest TP that's right on top of him, that starts to right attack his units. Do this against 10 Gargoyles, 4 Frostworms, 2 Destroyers with Magic Shell, and you TP and you get caught in the wrong place, you lose the game. but he knew that INFI cannot possibly have an army that is immediately life-threatening. So he decided to keep focusing the Town Hall, even if he were to be the target of autocast and focus fire. And it was the right call. He had no TP, so if there was like 10 Dragonhawks and shackled everything, that would be pretty bad. By the way, first War Mill upgrade coming out for Wind Riders. I presume that Raiders did have attack upgrades. That's quite useful, and I imagine he would have got at least one. Would like to see it, but this... Oh yeah, 1-1. Oh, okay. Raiders were 1-1. Yep, that's the right way to do it. Helps a bit against guard towers, and it kills town halls better. And this is a perfect example of why would you want upgrades instead of just more stuff. For one, Raider will push you over 50 foot if you get another one, so the upgrades are a way to up-value your 50-foot army. And for two, you don't always have enough surface area to put all the Raiders on the Town Hall. If you only have space for 4, those better be upgraded Raiders. So for melee in particular, armor and attack upgrade are useful in the sense that you can't always use all your melee. Focus trying to, as cleanly as possible, close out this game, losing as few units as possible. Does have a heal scroll still, is trying to make sure that the damage between his units spreads, and is really just closing it out. And for INFI, a player that's known for leaving early, like, oops, I got 1 item stolen and 1 creep, I'm out. Now I'm gonna win the next 2 maps in this World Championship. INFI versus Fly, anyone? Echo Isles, 4-minute leave, or even 3. He's staying remarkably long in this game. And a lot of it is mental. The reason he leaves a terrible game so early is because he doesn't want to give the opponent a prolonged feeling of triumph, of a winning game, giving them confidence. I think the same reason is why he's staying this time. He doesn't want to give Focus too much confidence and momentum. By making Focus work for it, by creating little mini moral victories, like, you lost that unit, or wasn't as easy to close it out as you hoped it would. By having this annoying situation where INFI prolongedly looks weak but still won't leave, he's hoping, I think, to create a positive momentum stride for himself. If everything was smooth sailing, it's like boom, dominated one, let's go next game, Focus might feel very comfortable. I don't think it's really a great show of strength to stay in this game, but I think that's probably why he was doing it, and also because he wants to see if there's going to be any mistake by Focus. Maybe even scout out his transitions. What would you do in a situation like this? What's the unit you typically make? For the next time when it's closer, he'll know. Victory for Focus. 1-0 against INFI. Next map is going to be, there was, Last Refuge was removed. There's Echo Isles, I believe, and Concealed Hill. It would be so cool if Focus actually won the whole thing, Guti swear. But he would have to get past Moon. Alright guys, here we are with the second map of INFI versus Focus. Focus is leading 1-0. And this is INFI's map choice, Concealed Hill. I don't know who this is a better map for. It is one of my worst ladder maps against human, apparently. But humans don't seem to love the map against Orc too much either in Europe. INFI does decide that it's his third most favorite map in the pool. After Terranist Stand and Last Refuge. So this is his third favorite, presumably. Because Focus removed TS and Last Refuge. And here is the third. Another fast tech by Focus. 17 food tech, no barracks. With INFI going for a triple farm opening, no arcane tower, and Archmage and Footman. One Footman scout will determine Focus's opening. Fast expansion attempt by INFI last game. Basically went seamlessly. And the fact that it went seamlessly and then he lost so thoroughly, to me feels like it's a solved build order by Focus. Good response, good execution. And if I were to be INFI, it's not something I would want to try again. Note the Archmage leaving via the left side, and the Farseer does see it. The second Footman actually revealed itself to the Archmage, which means Focus will follow. Now the question is, how soundly made is Focus's build order? Is his second burrow on time? And INFI doesn't even want to try. These things are fairly standard. Heh. Almost got the kill with Peasants. Didn't have time to get Militia first. Didn't get the kill though. Resummon of Wolves denied the experience. But yeah, it's preferable for a human to just run outside of their base and threaten either counterattack or creeping on the Orcish side of the map. Because then Orc has to follow, and then he can't focus Archmage, Footies, Militia, Peasants, and so on as he wants. He can only be in one place at the same time. Even if he leaves his wolves with human, those wolves will eventually die, and then he can't resummon them in the human base. This is a little bit of a tough route, though. These wolves can be resummoned. No experience is granted to the Archmage. Has no mana left. Focus actually wakes up the creeps here, but it doesn't work out that well for him. And the two wolves will go down. That's level 2 from just wolves. Focus pulling the creeps, happy style. Forcing ensnares to be used against the human actually turns against him. His wolves were ensnarable as well. So level 2 has been granted. Mana can slowly start to flow back into the Archmage's arsenal. Now the two creeps have gone to INFI. Focus not able to do any creep steals yet. Didn't get that one either. So good moves for INFI. INFI has a lot of money. 500 gold, 300 lumber. Did he forget his tech? He forgot to tech. INFI! He's more than 20 seconds late with teching. 600 gold, 400 lumber. Is he setting up a trust fund for a little human? No, never mind. I completely misjudged. The tech is almost done. I don't know why I thought that. Because you see, Orc tech is already finished. The tech started a million years ago. Never mind. It's early. Because he teched with... he would normally tech with 29 food, and he was still 29. But yeah, in comes the Mountain King. Or did he hire a Tavern Hero? No. In comes the Mountain King. It could be Blood Mage, I guess. Thank you, Shen, for the sub. TC comes out. Warstomp first. Starts creeping with 2 grunts immediately. Oh, I think Focus made a Headhunter. He was 28 food with 2 grunts. And suddenly he's 30 food, so he's definitely making a Headhunter. Double grunt into HH, it's cool. Also has the Lodge and the Bestiary, so he can make Shamans and Raiders. A ranged army is something that Orcs transition to more and more often in the last 1 or 2 years. Headhunters are a lot better than they used to be, they got a buff. He's not gonna let the Farseer heal for free at the healing fountain. Or is he? Farseer wouldn't go there. He just got a healing salve. He doesn't want to wait there and potentially get the creeps woken up. It's not the Headhunter. His Lodge was done. It was the Shaman. Moments like these, I wish I could like see the production and so on. Nope, no Headhunter. It's just his first Shaman. Lodge was done very early. Ooh, Ogre creep. Stormbolt, surround. One Shockwave can be cast before he gets killed off. This is a very common route by human. Oh, Unholy Aura! Oh, that's so good. That's so good for INFI. I think that's maybe even better than Endurance when you're going for Storks and Priests. Though Endurance is really good with Breakers. But yeah, this is regeneration for the whole army, as well as movement speed. So you can keep up a bit better with the Orc who has the movement speed aura. So this is quite a common route. And the fact that Focus doesn't harass it is very likely because you kind of can't. Level 1 heroes doesn't do a good job of fighting with a human army that has militia and casters. Now we're gonna try to solo creep the Mountain King. Focus actually checked the whole red spot, saw the whole thing was gone, and is now defaulting to the Goblin Shop instead. Mountain King gets a very easy big creep camp that will probably leave him at level 2.85, maybe 2.7, and then INFI will need one more camp to get to a higher level. Tome of Strength forgotten, the sacred texts not read. Shaman got focus fired a lot by creeps there. That's gonna leave those hurt. There are still 3 healing salves and he now uses 2 of them on the shamans. 1 healing salve left. Oh no, he used the other healing salve too. Not sure on what. So now INFI can use Militia to creep his natural expansion, or he can go look for Focus. Now I think it's a toss-up between the two. The wolves are here, so clearly Focus has been here recently. Focus has 2 Kodo Beasts. We see the Dispel on the wolves. Focus rounds back around. Level 1 Farseer, 3 TC with War Stomp level 3. Militia creep on the natural expansion. This is earlier than INFI is basically comfortable to fight. That's a big War Stomp. No Chain Lightning though. And actually Human gets it. INFI gets the level 4 creep. Because there is no Chain Lightning yet, because Farseer is only level 1, the creep has gone to INFI and he gets a Ring of Protection +4. Those are big Thunderclaps TC with the invulnerability, with the Potion of Replenishment, but this is a short-term Potion of Invulnerability. 7 seconds, TP is passed to the Mountain King, but Focus does have a good army. It's a very strong army. He has his trigger finger on the Mountain King to TP anytime he might get bolted, and it's actually INFI that will TP out. Boom, 1 breaker goes down. Grunt gets focus fired, will get shot down right before the end. And that was a big fight. Good for Focus. This is INFI on 43 food, and the Kodos are well fed. They are eating 2 pieces of elven meat in Spellbreakers. In comes Control Magic. Part of the reason why INFI's army wasn't quite as big as it could be. Control Magic actually takes quite long to produce. So it costs you more than a unit, the production time. So INFI is at 49 food, but really he's at 43 effectively, because those 2 breakers are in the Kodo belly. It also means that more experience will be going towards Focus. Now with the expansion setup by INFI. He's got his breakers, he's got his Thunderclap level 2. Not sure he drank a Clarity Potion on the Mountain King, but he does have a Potion of Mana. Always strange when you get that, but not a Clarity in a non-fighting moment. But Brilliance will do him a good one over time. Speaking about options on the map, Focus would want to heal his stuff at the fountain. So the most attractive option to Focus, in the absence of the Ogre Lord, is to clear and creep a fountain. And INFI kind of knows this. The breakers in the Kodo Belly reveal where Orc is, so INFI can actually take what would normally be an enormous risk. He creeps the Red Drake himself, so both players creeping the Red Drake. And the longitude of the map now really plays out well for INFI, because he threw up this expansion. It's really cool actually. The mid-section of the map has been cleared out in creeps, and that's when you expand. When all the mid-contested creeps are gone, that's when you take the expand, because now it is not attractive for Focus to go all the way to such an exhausted part of the map, the bottom right. It means that Focus does not get to creep the mid-right laboratory, and he does not get to creep his natural, nor expand there, which is why I think Focus could or should expand in middle. Because top left is too far away, and he does just that. Great Hole gets popped down, and Focus with a 3 food lead, and a level 4 TC. Item, Robe of the Magi +6, and it is on the TC. For INFI, Boots of Quel'Thalas, and it's on the Mountain King. This is the worst item that INFI could have found. 6 agility offers 1.8 armor, which is a little over half of the cheapest item in the game, Ring of Protection, one of the cheapest items. So the Boots of Quel'Thalas doesn't give as much armor as a Ring of Protection, and it doesn't even give half the attack speed and agility of a Gloves of Haste. So this Boots of Quel'Thalas for Mountain King is, simply speaking, half a Gloves, half a Ring of Protection +3. Still keeping it. Didn't have a chance to sell it yet. Didn't have a chance to spend that money yet. Mountain King with the Invul, with the 9 agility from the 2 slippers and a ring and a mana pot. And however weak it is in theory, it's still helpful to keep the Mountain King alive. More helpful than not having it. And Mountain King is gonna get focused because Orc's army is not designed to quickly take out lots of breakers and casters. It is a good army, but it won't kill breakers easily because you don't get to use hero spells. So hero is often one of the most vulnerable targets. Lightning shielded stomps on casters will be the goal. For INFI, the goal, amass a large breaker force. Create a wall of elven shields and mail that prevents the TC to get too near. Stormbolt on the TC to arrest his procession into the back line. And then, once the bolt stun is nearly done, clap. This looks very good for INFI. The Invul on the TC is gonna run out, and he does have a TP on it. He might have to bolt. Archmage doesn't have TP, but he does have Invul. Stormbolt and clap on the TC, but TC did not die yet. Now with the ensnare and purge focus on the Archmage, TP on the TC. Another clap will actually prevent a lot of the damage coming in, but is it enough? No! Nice assassination by Focus. Wow. That was close. All the bolts and the claps were not enough to prevent enough damage. And that clause of attack now on Farseer is looking pretty good. Because of that clause, Archmage died. Archmage immediately resuscitated from the tavern, and although Focus does have an expansion, it was scouted before. There are 2 towers, but it has not been fully mining. Focus will need to scramble to the defense of this base. He's gonna pick up an Invul with the Farseer, give it to the TC, and then he's gonna try to defend his sprawling base. Breakers looking ever so healthy. And this does look very good for INFI. I think we're going to be blessed with a 3rd game. TC is not yet level 5. In fact, does not have enough time to heal fully up to health with the heal salve that he has. It's going to come with the backstab. And I can tell you from experience, the only way for Focus to win this is extreme hero focus. There's no way to crawl back here, killing 1 breaker after 1 breaker. And if INFI gives it to him, with bad hero positioning, he has no one to blame for but himself. He's pretending to go for the breakers. I guarantee you that's not what's on his mind right now. Mountain King in front with the Thunderclap. A big numerical advantage for INFI right here. He's been mining for a lot longer as well. Still starts pulling back, giving up a pretty good position because this grunt has been killing peasants. 2 already, might get a 3rd. Water Elemental came to the defense. And now you see also why keeping Water Elemental can be quite useful. Even if Purge... Yeah, he did kill another 3rd peasant. Even if Purge is there, you can still use it to scout and to defend expansion and so on. This would be big. If Focus gets this camp, he would actually maybe be in the lead again. Good item, TC level 5, but INFI doesn't give it to him. Farseer Focus Fire does not have invulnerability. He's gonna have to give it to him. Gives Invul to the Farseer. Now the TC can get focused. Kodos get some good food in. MK Focus Fire. Stomp will get dodged with the invulnerability. But the TC is looking mighty chunky. There is no TP here. Is INFI actually fighting in the wrong place on the map? He cannot get reinforcements easily. Mountain King has no mana. Mountain King has no health. It's gonna get focus fired. He came here without the TP to stop the laboratory creeping. No invisibility. He can immediately rebuy the Mountain King though. If he cancels 2 breakers in production, he can rebuy the Mountain King. But the TC is level 5. INFI has no gold. Where did it go to? He did kill the entire worker line here. I think another grunt harassed his expansion. But did he remake the Mountain King? No. He put it in... He retrained it in the altar. And INFI doesn't have the DPS to take down this Great Hole easily. It looks very good for INFI numerically. But Focus is saving up on 50 deliberately. And he's still digesting some breakers in the Kodos, I think. That's allowing himself to stay on 50 gives Focus a chance to stock up on items. And he's eating 3 breakers. That's 9 food. So INFI's actually 58. Really good grunt harass on the expansion. Sending a grunt now and then doesn't need a lot of mental acuity. But defending it may take more unless INFI leaves a force there. Note how there are very few sorceresses. So he hasn't been using Invis to try and save his heroes. There is, of course, Dust of Appearance on the TC, so it wouldn't do much. And now this creep camp again, where INFI lost a lot to defend it. Is he going to creep this without the TC to get his Farseer level up? No, he doesn't really need to. Ooh, another harass on the peons. Mountain King should be about 80% of the way back. Farseer gets level 5, presumably will go with Chain Lightning level 3. Wolves can get stolen. What item did he get? Greater Healing Potion. And a Zeppelin. Archmage has TP. He's got to be careful. He's going to get his breakers ensnared and Kodo eat it. Archmage focused. 1 shaman goes down. 2nd shaman goes down. Good move by INFI. Peons momentarily denied, but so many breakers gone down. What was this breaker doing? Maybe he was chasing like a grunt harass, maybe? Did the Kodos eat any breakers, I wonder? Now, double mana potion Mountain King. TP and info on the Archmage, but Mountain King is not level 5 yet. He has gone for Feral Spirits level 3. Okay. Really wants to hit him with the repeated harass. Going for the Great Hole once again. Maybe wants to even Stormbolt a peon. No, he's gonna save it for the TC. And this should be a TP out, no? He's letting another breaker get eaten. If this was happy, he would dodge all of those. He did kill one of the breakers and doesn't get another breaker eaten. Wow, this is a super close, exciting game. The Feral Spirits have killed a large number of peasants once again. But the Great Hole has been taken down. Focus still has a chance though. Concealed Hill is a map that really favors the attacker when it comes to expansions, because the attacker has access to the healing fountain. So every time Focus pulls back with a hurt army, he can just go to the fountain, recuperate. In fact, he's going to do so right now. INFI will be defending. And to be honest, I think INFI should throw up some building protection. Build lumber mill in front of himself to stand behind. There's too much surface area at this expansion for Focus to exploit. I really want that third game. So rooting for INFI here. Another counter expansion by Focus. He's still on 50 food. He tries to find an angle with Farseer and TC. Feral Spirits get control magicted. 2 wolves on the side of INFI. Let's see who wins the Stormbolt Clapbolt wars. One breaker gets eaten. Mountain King gets stomped. Tries to get away from the second stomp. Does succeed in doing so for now. Zeppelin here to save TC if he needs to. Stormbolt on the TC. He didn't dodge with Invul. He didn't dodge with the Zeppelin. And he won't be dying, but he will take so much damage because of it. Now with a bit of a dodge. There's so much human stuff. Instead of circumventing the Shaman problem, he's overloading them. If they were an electrical current, they would have a short circuit right now. Shaman's out of mana. Water elementals, feral spirits. The stomp is big. The TC still has an invul, but he has no mana left. The Mountain King does. Invuls himself. 38 food against 65. Mountain King level 5. And he gets in position for the mother load of all claps. Focus taps out. What a close game. Both players could have won at any time in this game. And INFI actually gets his turnaround. The score is 1-1. Cool. Cool. Focus touched his hair. Oh, that's how you know someone has lost his concentration. Cool. I do not Octo the BP. Hey, this is a cool wallpaper, right? Blade Master stained glass. I think this was commissioned by WGL and made especially for WGL. Loved that request when you were casting yourself while playing. Against something B. A name with the B. Yep, I'll still be streaming later tonight, my personal stream, with a break in between. Are these two casters former Chinese pros? Nope. They are not. I don't know them personally, actually. But you can bet your behind that they are quite knowledgeable about the game. Had to get up at 5 a.m. 15 for my run to be here on time. Nice, Get Rich Brothers. I had to wake up at 10:45 a.m. But I woke up at 11:40 and I still had time to get a shower, breakfast, coffee, and walk the dog. I don't know how I did it. Grubby, will you stream tomorrow Lin versus Moon? Yeah, I should be. There is a dentist appointment, but I need to see if I can move it. Alright, the final map is going to be Echo Isles. It's Focus's go-to. Presumably his third favorite in the pool against INFI. Interestingly, INFI removes Amazonia. I feel like this map... There's a lot of confusion about whether this is better for Orc or Human. The opinions are divided from both sides, I think. But INFI is the one to remove it. He likes the bigger macro maps. He knows, I think, that Focus's forte is micro. And has decided to remove Amazonia and Twisted, which is just really a crap map for Human. The final map will be Echo. Echo defines itself over the contest over the marketplace, which, if you're going Farseer Grunts or Farseer Fast Tech, it's difficult to get for the Orc. militia will always be on call to help out with the marketplace. And another big one is the mercenary camp. There's two things that human can do with the mercenary camp. They can pull the mercs away with the footy or the archmage and then send in a unit and get the troll priest, which can abolish magic the wolves. Or the human can just straight up mass militia creep the mercenary camp right out of the gate and then get the troll priest and the level 2 so that you have the brilliance on the troll priest, so that from every set of 2 wolves you abolish magic on 1, and then like it takes away all the threat. If Focus fast stacks again, which he has done, and it looks like he's doing again. He is doing fast stack again. He might still go for the Voodoo Lounge opener, actually. No, this is the Voodoo Lounge. Oh! It's War Mill! But that's an early War Mill. It's Headhunter build, boys. Is it though? It is. But why is his... So he actually filled the gold mine 2 to 3 peons later to get earlier lumber. You don't really need that with this build. I wonder why he's doing that. Is he doing a variation on it? He didn't copy the build order 1-to-1. But this is Headhunter build. So I was mentioning in my opening gambit that if you go grunts, you cannot contest the marketplace in the mid. But Headhunters actually has a big advantage over human to get the marketplace. No, he's not going to get upgrades, aim robot. For sure he isn't. That's not why he did this. He might do it to get a quicker tech. 17 food. He wants to get a 19 food tech seamlessly, I think. Double burrow opener. Oh, this is cool. Save Orcas's build is spreading across the east. Oh, I get why he's doing it partially. He's gone 18 food tech. Just like Kiwikaki said, you have to when you do Peon Scout. And he did do Peon Scout because he wants to be ready for the Mercamp creep route if it happens. Okay, so 18 food actually gets you a tech at 3:45 game time. You can get a quicker tech out if you don't Peon Scout, obviously, and he compensated a bit by sacrificing a bit of gold to get more lumber. So 18 food, double Headhunter opener before teching. So this will be like 350 tech. Still quicker than human though, but not as quick as can be. And he doesn't need it to be. He wants to have a good early game. This is so cool to get this build played by Lin first against Loliot and now also by Focus against human. They've seen me play it against Happy. Silver's Flow in chat said that INFI analyzed my series against Happy, so everyone has seen it. Nice steal on the level 3 creep by Focus. It will deny INFI level 2. Is there going to be another steal? There is! The double auto attack creep steal, 21 to 27 damage range, ladies and gentlemen. He only gets the level 1 from this camp. Headhunters coming in. Ensnare. Footy's getting caught. There's 2 headhunters here. Look at that damage. Grunts can only dream about damage like this. But the headhunter gets focused. Oh, he forgot about the headhunter. Oh. It's gone. Now, Archmage level 1.9. He killed 1 wolf. That's a peon. That's level 2. The peon and 2 wolves gives Archmage the level up finally after the expert denial by Focus. It was still good though. It delayed brilliance by like a minute, which still means there's less mana on the Archmage than there could be at this point in the game. Focus now pulls back and goes for the marketplace. Of course, this is the best part about this build on this map. And he starts to take that. INFI, I don't know how well he knows this build. The ins and outs, the creeps and so on. But he scouts it, so whatever he doesn't know, he would know purely by virtue of good scouting. 5 headhunters here. The 6th one, of course, died to the creep camp. Effortless creeping. In comes double claws of attack Archmage. He crept the natural and is now looking to disrupt Focus's route a bit. The one creep that hasn't been taken down yet, the Ogre Mage 5. And this is a little awkward. It's not something that can be entirely ignored. Archmage level 2. Piercing damage doesn't do a lot on heroes, but it's not negligible either. If the Archmage oversteps and every Headhunter gets a spear throw, that's respectable damage. Tech should be nearly finished for Focus, or already finished. Defend upgrade is now coming out for Focus, for INFI. But no Tavern Hero. TC. Where's the second building? Lodge. TC and Lodge on the way. Mountain King, Sanctum and Blacksmith on the way. Footman defense upgrade should be 60% of the way done. Does Focus have enough time to get the Archmage? To get the Ogre Mage? Before the Mountain King comes out. He's on a clock here. He tried to wake up the creep to pull it towards him, but because of Bloodlust, it stayed. It casts, it stays. A surround would help. A surround would help. There we go. One Headhunter will probably die for this. No, he opens the surround. He didn't close the south surround. Now defend upgrade. INFI is doing a fantastic job at staying in the fight. Mountain King comes out, rushing over already. This Ogre Mage will be out of access for Focus now. And that's the problem when you prioritize all the small creeps first. Stormbolt. Warstomp comes in, but this is not good trades for Focus. Claws of attack ×2. Look at that! Archmage is a freaking minigun. Say hello to my little friend. And now 4 Headhunters have died? This is not good. This is not good at all. You want to limit the amount of Headhunters you lose until you get Berserker upgrades for as long as possible. Sork and Priest come in. I think it was not a Blacksmith I saw. I think it was Double Sanctum. He's just using 5 Militia to creep the Ogre Mage. Oh, this is disappointing for Focus. A new build order. Now, the Ogre Mage is the most evasive creep of this camp. Because it casts Bloodlust and will then stay and ignore aggro for a while. It will walk back if you don't surround it. But there absolutely are ways to prioritize killing it first. Hit the camp twice when you lure it, instead of once. Oh, he's gone for a Kodo as well. So this is actually 2 builds combined. A hybrid of sorts. This is like opening Save Orcas / Grubby style. And then going into Lin style. Headhunter, Kodo, Shaman. But every Headhunter has died. There's no Grubby left. There's only Lin. And there are no Raiders. All the units have died. What is this? 8 Headhunter deaths? For what? 3-4 footies? Unfortunately for Focus, not the best luck or execution. INFI, he played a clean game against a style that he couldn't have been very familiar with, or could be if he did good preps and expected maybe that someone would try this against him. But just really solid game understanding and fundamentals. Note how INFI only went for 2 priests and then straight into breakers. Where are the Sorks? Where are the 4 to 6 casters? There aren't. Just breakers. Which is so strong against Headhunter Shaman. It's just a little weaker against Kodos. Breakers are such a tasty treat to Kodos. There is a Wind Rider. 1 breaker got eaten. He can't Stormbolt it. There is no speed scroll. But there's also no slow. So this Kodo can just walk away. Is Archmage gonna run it down? Sork getting focused by a Shaman and a Wind Rider. That's a kill. Priest getting focused. It dies likewise. Thunderclap. Shamans both die soon. The sorceress goes down. This is a pretty good fight for Focus for not having a chance. The second shaman actually survived for now. One auto attack by TC. The second auto attack? Nope. Focus 38 food, 600 gold. INFI 45. And that Kodo was not run down successfully. I will give Focus a 20% chance to win. He did much better than could reasonably be expected. But he has no TP. INFI still has. INFI's creeping. Focus is licking his wounds. And INFI sets up for the expansion. TC going to creep to level 3, but he's still fairly far away. Double Kodo, Raider, Windrider, and Snare coming out. Shaman. Mountain King so close to level 3. I think this will be enough. 2.8. No, it won't be enough. Not if he keeps Archmage here. Mountain King 2.99. Wand of Illusion. He's very close to Focus and chooses not to fight. Because he knows his expansion is coming up and he wants to get a little bit more advantage. Plus, there's plenty of creeps on his own side of the map. One Headhunter reproduced again. It's crazy to think that the army looks so standard to something that an Orc might have at this point. But that this game actually started with 7 Headhunters. TC level 3. We have Gloves of Haste and Ring of Protection for Focus. I still have those double claws for INFI. His expansion should be just about finished. INFI creeping the mercenary camp. Focus also throws up his expansion. Farseer with the Clarity Potion. One purge on the illusion to make it go away quicker. It's always comfortable to purge an illusion away to deny vision. Always the question if it's worth it though. What does INFI get here from the Renegade Wizard 5? Claws of Attack! Claws of Attack plus 9. Put that baby on the Archmage. And let's see the hammer fall. Oh my god. Plus 21 damage. And invisibility sorceresses are available now. Boom with the clap. We'll start focusing the shamans. He's trying not to use bolt. Try not to use Stormbolt when you have clap level 2, Mountain King 3. Nice thunderclaps, 3 in a row. Stomp is pretty good, and the Windrider Kodo Focus Fire with Chain Lightning will kill some casters. This fight is a little bit less comfortable now that there's no Thunderclap left. And as much as INFI got some value claps, without the major kills on things like Kodo, Raider, Windrider, there is always a way for Focus to win. The Headhunters didn't get clapped, so their damage keeps coming out. The Kodos, I'm not sure if they've eaten. It's a fun lemma. The counter expansion is coming soon. INFI's army will be much bigger though. It's 55 now, but it's only a matter of time until it grows to the vicinity of 70 food. And Focus, he's not going to be even at 55 for a while. Because when his expansion finishes, he's going to try to consolidate his economy. Oh, by the way, he has to clap the level 3 creep. Is he going to do it? Yep. He has to clap it because it was the only creep that returned to the camp. And it turns invisible, and there are no fellow creeps to aggro for it to gain solidarity status and attack. So he had to use 90 mana to clap the creep because he has no dust. It's quite bad actually, like to need to do that. But he did it to get level 4. Gloves of Haste on the Mountain King. You know Gloves of Haste adds so much damage when you already have 3 claws. It also means we'll never see a Blizzard retraining. by Mountain King because why would you want to do that when you've got so many claws? Mountain King is not a good claw deliverer, claw damage deliverer. What is that? Pity up to Vitality? No, it's Pendant of Mana, Pendant of Energy. Sorry, it has like different icon in the overlay and on the in-game. Oh, the in-game icons are the improved ones. The overlay are the old ones, like the ones that Reforged shipped with. But the in-game is improved icons that came in like an iteration like 3 months ago. Look at that Archmage. What? Witch Doctor upgrade? Okay. Does he have a Witch Doctor or is this a preparation of? Yeah, he does have one. Okay, Witch Doctor upgrade. That's some kind of sick late game macro choice that proves that Focus doesn't think that this game will end very soon. What item goes to the TC? He has Talisman of Evasion, which is great. Ring of Protection, now Pendant of Energy. Very good. These are fortified towers. They will just about die if all 6 peons were to repair, but they cannot actually reach, so it will die easily. This is an awkward position, man. Both towers can get killed, and he ensnare on the Mountain King. He doesn't want the MK to walk forwards and plug the gap. Kodo eats failed. Stomp denied by a Stormbolt focus fire on the TC. TC is 30% life before getting a single stomp off. The single stomp gets a single target. Fitting. Kodo eating 1. Another bolt. The TC goes down. He didn't. Focus sometimes is so good at blocking every Stormbolt with invulnerability potion. But I think Fly is the king of that. I think Fly is the king of bolt dodge with invul. And Focus didn't do it. Oh, TC goes down from double bolt, double clap. Was level 4.6 as well. All was to play for, to be honest. I would say INFI did have a lead, but it was not unwinnable. Now, though, we have the anti-Witch Doctor Flying Machine out. Very smart play by INFI, both preparing for that macro component of the game. And he's now control magicking the sentry wards, you know. That is INFI sentry ward. The slow siege of the Great Hall. But I think the real story here is Archmage auto-attacking. It's a large part of why this tower is dying so badly. Look at every time the fireball hits. It's crazy. I think that's a large part of why TC died as well. Triple claw gloves. It just kind of... it forces you to do a double take. Like, what? Flying Machine getting some hits in on the Wind Rider. Nice double purpose. True sight. As well as this focus fire. Where's the TC? Where actually is the TC? Oh, it's back already. But where is it? There it is. He's stuck behind though. Oh, Staff of Teleportation. So the TC was rehired from mid and then staffed to the shop and healed himself. I think that's what happened. Yeah, that Wind Rider, that's a Wind Rider on Orc side. I know it looks like a Dragon Hawk. I know. But it is a Wind Rider. It's very thin, isn't it? The old ones had more presence. Witch Doctor okay, I know. Witch Doctor rehired the TC and then he got his staff and TP'd to his space. Sentry Ward, all getting control magicked by INFI. 72 food. Double heal scroll. He actually gave a claws to the Mountain King because he wants to make sure that he has invul and heal scroll on both heroes. At this point, you want to know how Orc feels? All my units feel like crap against what he has. Orc is preparing, like Scar in The Lion King, the murkiest scheme. La la. Meticulous spanning tenacity. Because at this point, you cannot kill 10 breakers anymore. So you just go for the hero focus. The murkiest scheme. Focus might think differently though. I would like to see a micro anti-unit approach of the battle, and for that to actually work out. There's only a 10 food lead for INFI, but it feels like so much more. One raider goes down instantly. That's a good Warstorm. Can the Kodos get food? MK level 5, Thunderclap level 3. Invul on the Mountain King. He doesn't want to let it be down to chance. Stormbolt on the TC. Clap. Invul. This is where he goes for the Archmage. That's a Stormbolt. That's a Warstorm. Chain Lightning. Focus Fire. At this point, Orc is not thinking about a defensive micro. Like, it's the last thing on their mind. They're just clicking. But look at that. The breakers are killing Kodos. 2 Kodos going down. Everything going down. Thunderclap. GG. 40 food versus 73. This game started with Headhunter opening. Cool to see it. But I'm not sure it was well rehearsed, well practiced enough. That's true, Ayuli P21. Ayuli P21 says Control Magic was reported yesterday to only ever last a minute max, but Sentry Ward lasts 10 minutes, and it actually is the full duration of Sentry Ward. So we found an exception, that's true. But maybe they meant for fighting summonables that give XP. It has a 1 minute cap. Save Orcas has messaged me often on Discord saying that he believes if you open with Headhunters, you should never tier 2 expand, and you should never stay on tier 2. You need to up cost, up value the Headhunters with Berserker upgrade. And I think it's true. You often prepare torrents in this situation? Yeah, true. Would it be a good idea for focus? I think so in the late game, yeah. I think it will be good. Torrent, Lightning Orb, and Shadow Hunter. First, you need to be sound economically. I think it's best to Tiny Great Hole expand first with just Headhunter Shaman, if the human expands. Don't rush out Torrents. Guys! Next match will be X-Lord versus Fly.